Alright, regardless of whether or not I'm ready to do it, we're just gonna do it, we're gonna wing it, we're gonna see how concise I can make this episode. Oh, geez, excuse me. I can make this episode, while I can. Not while I can. Let's see how concise I can make this episode in general. Geez. First of all, excuse me. First of all, we're gonna talk about the Ekusu real quick. Hold on one second, I'll be right back. I'm gonna see if I can make the camera a bit less orange. Alright, this is as good as we're gonna get, I guess. Okay, so, first of all, new Digimon alert. Hashtag the new Digimon alert. We got Cerberumon. So I'm gonna guess he's based off of Cerberus, even though it doesn't look like he has 3 heads. Although I didn't see his cut in yet, so maybe he does have 3 heads. This is another one I've ever heard of. I never even heard of normal Cerberumon, if I'm gonna be honest with you guys. But let's look at his cut in, and then we're gonna move on to the decom. So, ooh, oh god, why? No, I don't even want to. I refuse. It's got to be right, or we ain't doing it at all. Okay, that was like really there, you know. Okay, let's see it. Let's look at it. Ooh. Oh man, that's cool. That's cool. He looks like a very mechanical. Cool. Alright. So his sprite, definitely a modified God dang it. It's a modified Metal Garurumon. Not Were, not War. Metal Garurumon. Sprite for sure, because the Metal Garurumon sprite and the Pendulums have a very similar sprite and very similar movement. That kind of like kick up the little, hold on, wait for it. Little, it's like a prance, I'd say. Very similar. And then Lilamon is it's still Lilamon. I don't know what's gonna happen with her. I'm worried. If she dies, she dies. If she doesn't, she doesn't. That's really where I'm at right now with that. Okay, and then this is important. So I'm going to talk about online today. Everyone's been asking me, and I feel so bad because I've been dying to make this video, and now is the time. Actually, I have an idea. I'm going to open my blinds. Why have I never done that? I'm going to open my blinds real quick and let in some more light in the room, and then I'll be right back and I'll talk about online. I promise. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've opened my blinds. I think it should look a bit brighter in here. I feel like it does. I just need to change my bulb. My actual bulb is a very warm bulb, and I don't take advantage of that as far as color correction, because if I was doing like a, I don't know, maybe like a vlog style episode where I'm in front of the camera, I wouldn't mind it being a bit warm, just because, you know, I can mess with that with color correction. I don't color correct my, well, I do, but it's not like anything wacky. I just try to make the colors look as real as they're supposed to look. I don't do anything like artsy with it, if that makes any sense. But let's move on. So, in the description down below, I have 2 things: the online website and a guide on how to make the decom and how online works. You're going to need those 2, and you're going to need to read up on those 2 for context on this video. I'm going to try to explain as much of it as possible, but you're probably going to still have answers, so feel free to read those 2, please. I can only answer so much, and Blue knows a lot more than I do. But yeah. Let's start with the decom. This is essential. Without this, you can't do any of this stuff. You need this. You need to download the Arduino. I don't know how to pronounce it. You need to download that software on your laptop, PC, what have you, and you need to build this yourself. It uses an Arduino Nano, which is this right here. And this is a breadboard, and this was done for me by Blue himself. Again, huge shout out to Blue. That was super dope of him to do that for me and the channel, so I was able to show this off for you guys. So everyone, give a huge shout out to Blue. If you're in the Discord, give him a huge shout out too. He's a really cool guy, really awesome member of the community, both of the channel and of the Digimon, you know, the Digimon fan base. So this is the decom itself. This is what this is called. This is the decom. Every time I mention the decom, I'm talking about this beautiful thing right here. Now what you're going to also need is one of these, which is a USB to USB mini, I believe they're called, a USB type A, or mini USB. This is needed because you need to plug this into this for it to work. You need to plug this into a computer, but, jeez. Oh. Okay, so, Blue stated he's going to start building these for money, obviously. You can buy these, and he'll build them for you. I'm not too sure if he's just doing that yet. I don't think so. Give him time. He is a very busy person, so don't, like, start flooding him with, like, hey, make one for me now! You know, be nice. Ask him nicely if he's willing to build one for you, and he'll work it out for you. But he built this for me. It's very well done, I have to say. He also has, if you are technologically inclined and you're good with soldering, I've heard some people who've built their own. There's a couple people in the DDC, the Digimon Discord community, who have built their own, and they said it wasn't that hard. Me personally, I have no, you know, absolutely no experience with this kind of stuff, so I was gonna try to build it myself, but Blue ended up he ended up asking me if I just wanted him to make one for me, and of course I obliged, because, you know, why not? So, a couple things about the decom that is important. There are these two wires. These are gonna make contact with the actual thing, the actual Digivice, or VPET at the moment. So these things are gonna make contact with the actual contacts. What I usually do is I slide them underneath that little section so they can keep contact and stay there. You could just kind of press them, but I'll show you why that's not a good idea in a second. So these two are going to go into two specific places on this board itself. As you can see, the breadboard is nicely, it's marked with a bunch of spots. So you want to make sure that this one, which is this one is in 15, and then this one is in this negative section. It's in the last slot. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. I usually keep them in there, but that's where they're supposed to be. There's also a picture in the guide of where these are supposed to be. So what you're gonna do is this one. So if your device is facing this way, the buttons are facing you, the screen's facing this way, the end of the device is facing that way. You're gonna plug this one that's plugged into 15 into this one, and you're gonna plug this little piece into the bottom, and then you're gonna, you know, press OK, and that's how it's gonna make contact. So that's the basics of the decom, just the decom by itself. Now we're gonna get into the fun stuff, which is online, which is playing with someone, well, online. I wanted to set this up with someone and have a code, and I didn't get Humulus, but I still have some codes from when me and Blue were testing out and setting up this. So I'm just going to use those for the purpose of this video, just to make sure that it's, you know, quick and I get what needs to be said out. Because, again, this is an important thing. This is a groundbreaking thing for the entire community, because now we can all play together no matter where we live. And it's awesome. So I want to make sure that I show this off and I do it properly. So we're going to move over to the PC, my computer, and I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna show the whole setup process, just because that's a whole other video in itself, and I don't have enough time to show that off. I'll just, you know, show it off after you've already done what you needed to do. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna have this plugged into my PC, and I'm gonna show you kind of how this works as good as I can. Man, this video's gonna be a disaster. Okay, so stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Okay, so this is the Digimon online website. As you can see, it's a Wix website. What we're going to focus on right now is going to code conversion. This is pretty much the meat of the website and where we're going to really be doing most of our stuff. So as you can see, we have tag battles version 20th, tag battles DM 20th, single battles for Pendulum and DM 20th, battle for Pendulum OG, battle for DM OG, and then of course copy. And with the copy function, you can copy over a Digimon from either your Digital Monsters 20th or your Pendulum 20th to a friend, which is always really cool. Now, when you click one of these, you'll see that the code changes. So we're going to do battle with Digital Monsters OG, because that's the shortest code and it's quicker to show off, in my opinion. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this code here into the Arduino software. And when we do that, it's going to send us back a code, and we're going to input that code here and convert it. So we're going to show that off in a second. Okay, so now that we have the Arduino open, what you're going to do is hit Control-Shift-M, and it's going to bring up this command prompt, essentially. And so what this is you're going to be sending these codes to the decom, and then the decom is going to pull the code from your device out, and then you're going to convert that code. So this code itself is a dummy code. I'm not exactly sure how this works, but what it does is it's a dummy code in which you'll always win in the dummy match, but then it'll determine from the code it pulls out who's going to win when you convert it. So what you're going to do is put the code in, hit enter. It's going to say that there's 12 packets in V1, and obviously on your device you're going to want to go to battle, and then you're going to want to connect the leads into the contacts. So it took a couple tries, but as you can see, it finally took it. And as you can see, we have this right here. I'll turn off auto scroll. We have this code right here. That's what it pulled from the actual device. We're going to copy that, and we're going to send that. We're going to copy that into the Digimon Online code conversion. It's going to convert that code, and that code is what we send to people. So I'll show that off in another second. Alright, and as you can see, we're back into this, and so we're going to punch that code in that we pulled from the device itself. We're going to hit convert, and this is the output code. This output code okay, sometimes it messes up, but as you can see, we put the code in, we convert that code, we get an output code, copy that output code, we're going to place that, I'm going to punch it back into the system, and once it receives it, then we go into our device. We're going to connect our device, and there we go. Now with the output code into the decom, we plug in our device into that decom, press OK, and now we are experiencing a battle online. Now, of course, I just sent my own code to myself, but the idea is that you send that code to a friend, or they send you their code, and you determine the winner. It's a really fun way to connect your device with others around the world, because, you know, that's a big thing about Digimon, is that we're kind of all over, we're kind of spread out, but this is a really cool way to find it's a really cool way to connect your devices with other people, and it could also be used to help you unlock the hidden eggs on the DM 20ths, or even the Lalamon egg on the Pendulum 20th, and things like that. It's a really cool thing. Big shout out to Blue for giving this to me and for helping to make this. So that's going to end it, and yeah, we'll head right back to the normal set. Let's go.
Okay, so that was a brief look at online, and like I wouldn't really call that a tutorial, because it's more of like a how it works. It wasn't exactly a flat-out tutorial, but it is essentially what I wanted to do. I wanted to just kind of show off how the code conversion works, how one pulls the, what Blue likes to call, the Digi-ROM from the actual device into the decom, and then take that output and convert it into the code necessary to fight online. And that's how it works. You send your converted code to a friend, and they input that code, and they are able to battle or copy or hopefully soon jawgress. I mean, you can jawgress with the copy function, so there is that. But flat out jawgressing, I don't think works yet. It is still a work in progress. There are still currently, as I'm speaking, getting it to work with the Digital Launcher X, but also just changing things here and there and trying to add 3-prong devices along with other 2-prong devices. So whenever I mention online, that is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that that whole system. So I hope that was a good enough taste and idea of what it is. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know, and also let Blue know. Please check out the links in the description for both the Digimon Online, or Digimon Online tutorial, and also the website itself. Thank you very much for watching. This was pretty fun, to be honest. That was a really nice challenge. I'm gonna go. Yeah, that's it. Bye. Peace. Yup.